that can bruise very, very easily. So again, you can see I've done some of the groundwork. I've really gotten in, loosened up some of this. I've broken up some of the tension here and here. So now we're ready for some work on the inner leg here. So again, just coming in a little bit deeper this time. I often work this point in this manner when I'm using this move as well. Very powerful, can be very intense for people, and not everybody's ready for that. That's one of the most powerful moves that we do in Raynor Massage. I call it a bit of a chi pumping move because it can produce a lot of chi movement in the body. And in that move, we're holding that point and point on the outer band, so two bands pushing that tension up. Especially powerful after we've loosened up the band from the bottom of it. Okay, so again, just working. We have to be aware that when we're working these bands, we're not working them too fast often because we need to allow the person to breathe in of what we're stirring up. That's very important. So often then I'll come back and work the band again. Slightly deeper this time. Again, I can hold a point, rocking the leg while holding the point. And she's doing well with her breathing. This band can be quite uncomfortable when it's tight. As I say, holding the point and then gently rocking the leg while holding it helps to disperse the blockage. So again, just holding that point there. So I would usually work up to about just past the inner part of the leg. Like I say, in some cases I would need to work very close to the groin. I would only do that with the person's permission and if they realize that that really needs to be done. Otherwise I would then pick the band up again here. Here I'm pulling the knee down and stretching that band open. Another way to get into this band is to hold that point and stretch the leg like that. This is again a deeper move. That can be quite intense for people. Okay. So you can see now even how her feet are hanging. From working that inner band, it's allowed the leg to completely come out. Big difference there. Okay. So having loosened that, we can then come into the belly. And again, for professional reasons, we don't work too close to the groin unless we really have to. So we're going to come in here and see if we can just release this. Another way we can actually work is to have the leg up like this and stretch the leg down. This will bring the belly tension closer to our fingers. And you can see great breathing going on, which is going to move the emotional, the chi blockage, as well as the physical. So again, with this band, a lot of reproductive problems, so period pain in women, prostate problems, and men, ovarian problems. One of the most intense of all the bands. Okay. So again, working right into the belly here, we can have the leg up like that, open. That's the easiest way to get in there. This is a very important thing to work with the breath. So when they're breathing in, you're not working much at all or doing anything, and then you're breathing out, and the end of the out breath is where we're going to go in deep. And again, I can feel that pulse, which is often there, and then I can find that tension and then just shake it gently. And again, let her breathe. Flick off any chi that we pick up. Come right into that belly tension. I could use my left hand, stretch the leg out. While she's in that position, I could be working here, but also come back and work through here. Can be a little bit uncomfortable at times, but not too bad. Big breath. So again, holding that point. When we're dealing with things like emotional releases and chi releases and these deep-seated tension, we're looking at what a person could breathe into. If a person stops breathing and tightens up against us, then we're going too hard. But just because a person's letting out emotion or screaming, it doesn't necessarily, if they're happy with that. A lot of people with these bands in Chinese medicine, different bands are sort of similar to meridians, and they can relate to emotion. So this one could have anger. So a person could be screaming and letting out the emotion, but that's good. But if they're saying stop, then you're going too much. Or if they're tightening up against you, you're going too hard. When somebody tightens up against you and you're working on them, then you will bruise them and they won't be happy. So again, just gently rolling over that. It's a very sensitive band. We don't need to work it that hard. So again, just holding the points along it. Again, little finger can be more precise. Can you feel that, Anna? New Zealand, that's a yes. Again, just allowing her to breathe. So sometimes what I'll do then is let her breathe a few deep breaths, and even come in at the end of the breath And then just let her breathe a bit. Because this is stirring up some powerful energies in the body. And as I say, in more than 50% of cases, people will have deep-seated emotional tension in this area. Working this one band could take an hour sometimes. It could take 10 minutes, but it could easily be the focus of several hours of massage. I consider it to be one of the most difficult things. People sometimes have what I call a rock in their belly. This band becomes so tight, it's like a rock. And that's usually emotional stress and things they're holding on to. Releasing that, again, would be done through the big toe and through here, but that can take a couple of hours. Again, it depends on the person, how much they're willing to breathe, how comfortable they are with their own emotional release. Some people like to control their emotions. Other people can just breathe in and let out either their anger or their sadness that they're holding in here. So again, I'm going in a bit deeper now and just rolling over that big knot of tension in her belly. I actually use my fingers, like if you've ever done Qigong, you can create like a Qi ball with your hands, but with your fingers you can create like a laser beam of your own energy. And so I'll often project that into there to help break up that tension. Big breath. This is called kind of pumping the belly. We're pumping the air out so that they have to then take a big breath. That's going to help with the processing of everything that we're stirring up. Because there's no point in stirring up a whole lot of stuff if the person's not processing it. So again, we could then come in. That deep. So I'm finding that tension and just rocking it. And then letting her breathe. Okay, we can also do some stretching. So that's the basic procedure to release that band. If we're working through here, we generally would not work close to breast tissue on a woman, but we could continue up here with that band. Again, with Anna, we could do, there's probably an hour's work in here at least to totally release this band. Okay? But that's just a simple, gentle introduction to releasing belly tension and working the inner band. Okay?